Hey y'all, I'm Larry Bird. Welcome back to my kitchen. Well, one thing about me is I am a chocoholic. I absolutely love chocolate, in just about any form. So I was looking around for a really good, like a chocolate cookie recipe, and I came across this one. I think I was on Facebook. I don't really remember. It was some time ago, but it looked, a little bit pretty simple. But it's called fudge brownie cookies. That's what we're going to do today. All right, let's go give it a try. Okay, y'all, here we go. So first, we're going to start off by quite often do when you're making cookies or cakes and those sorts of things by creaming butter and sugar together. In this case, it's 2.5 to 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter softened, then 6 tablespoons of packed light brown sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of granulated white sugar. We're going to cream those together in the stand mixer until they get soft and creamy, and then we'll start adding the rest of the ingredients. So my butter's already in here, and here goes my sugars. And we're going to start this thing off on a slow speed. Just let this go for a while until it gets completely creamed together. So we just got a little bit less butter than normal, so it might take a little bit longer, but just let it go for a little while. Just wiping down the sides of the bowl. All right, now we're going to add our egg. This is 1 egg at room temperature. And half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to eyeball this. All right. And mix it again, stir it to combine it. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to lower it because I'm going to add, this is a 4-ounce bar of baker's chocolate. This is 55% cacao. You could get others. I've actually got one that's 70. I decided to go with the sweeter versus the really bittersweet chocolate. So this is 55% baker's chocolate, a 4-ounce bar melted in the microwave. Do it in about 5 or 10, 15, 20-second increments, just until it's melted. And then we're going to put that melted chocolate in the mixing bowl. But first thing we're going to do to make this easier is take it off. There we go. So I get every bit of that chocolatey goodness. And once again, stir to combine. About a minute or so till it gets fully combined. And again, you scrape down the edges of the bowl as needed. Because now everything is combined, the chocolate's in there. Now it's time to add the dry ingredients. So in dry ingredients, we have 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We have 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I'm using the Hershey's dark cocoa. A quarter teaspoon or half teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix all this together, put this in the bowl. Now for this, I'm going to use a handy dandy splatter guards. Try to keep it from going all over the place. Now this, you want to start really slow. Otherwise it'll be in your face and all over your damn kitchen. All right. We'll take this off now. And we just want to mix this until it's just combined. I'm going to scrape the bowl down again. Okay. Now last thing we're going to do, we're going to add a 1/3 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. For this, I'm going to take it off of the mixer. Yeah. I'm going to get all this goodness off of the paddle. I'm going to stir in those chocolate chips. Okay. There we go. There's our batter. We're going to put this in the refrigerator, let it chill for about 15 minutes, and then we'll scoop it out on the cookie sheets and bake them in my preheated 350-degree oven for about 12 to 14 minutes or so, or until they're just done on the outside and still gooey in the middle. All right, I'll be back in a bit. All right, here we go. We just took it out of the refrigerator. Been in there for about 15 minutes. Now we got our dough ball right here. I'm going to use my scooper to scoop out some cookies. This recipe, as it turns out, being the first time I've done it, it's pretty small. It doesn't really create that many cookies. Probably maybe half a dozen, I'm guessing, from the size of the dough ball we've got here. One thing to think about is you can probably double this and make a pretty good sized batch of cookies. But let's see what we get out of it for first try. I'm going to make them kind of small just so we can get more cookies out of them, I think. Separate them on the sheet so you don't crowd them. Roughly about maybe a tablespoon and a half in size. Okay. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8. We got, 11 cookies out of that. I'm going to kind of separate them a little bit, form them up in little better balls, and so they've got room between them to grow. Okay. There we go. There's our cookies. Let's see what happens. We're going to put them in the oven about 12 to 14 minutes, 350 degrees, until they're just done on the outside, like I said before. All right, I'll be back once we get them in the oven. Take them out. All right, y'all, we're back. Cookies are done. There's our batch of cookies. Look pretty damn good. If you ask me, let's get one of these up babies and taste them here in a minute. But basically, what happened, I cooked them for 13 minutes at 350 degrees. They were just done on the outside, still not quite set on the inside. I let them cool on the sheet pan for about 5 minutes. And I slid them off with parchment paper onto the cooling racks for another about 10 minutes. And here we are now. So let's take a look, get one of these, see what they taste like. Oh, holy coly. Holy moly. See the melted chocolate in the middle. Oh, wow. That right there will settle your chocoholic cravings, I guarantee you. It does, certainly will mine. This is just absolutely delicious. Chewy, yummy, kind of like a brownie cookie. So good. Wow. Okay. Well, that was fun. Like I said earlier, you could probably double this recipe and get a good bit more cookies out of it. But for the first try, I think I would call that a success. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button if you liked it. And if you feel so inclined, go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/@LarryBirdKitchen and subscribe. And I appreciate it if you did that. All right, guys, have a great one. See you next time.